Hello, everyone. This is Just in Time Games. I am Justin, and here to bring you the first episode of my second series, Timberborn. I hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's get started. So, Timberborn is a city builder focused on raising a colony of beavers, which we'll see come out of the main building here in a second. And to give a brief overview of the game before we start, one of the primary resources you have to manage is water. It's kind of the primary resource since you need water to grow trees and food, which trees are the main building resource in the game. And food is, well, you need to feed your colonists. And so we can see, on this map, we have this river coming down here with this bad water, which I'll explain here in a minute, coming from these water sources. The primary disruption mechanic of this game is what is known as droughts and bad water floods. Droughts are when these water sources dry up completely, and we'll see this river completely dry up of water, which can easily kill any plants or trees you have. The other one, the bad water flood, causes this bad water to pollute this river. Bad water is very bad because it both gets your beavers sick and will kill any nearby crops or trees around the water sources very quickly. So we're going to have to build a colony to both manage food and lumber intake, as well as try and build some dam structures to both deal with droughts and bad water floods. I like this game a lot. I hope you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's hit the unpause button. Though actually, before I do that, I probably want to lay out some of the starting things we need. So the two things we need to get access to right away is lumber and food. So we see these two berry patches, which are the early game food source. So we need to connect paths up towards them, and then we can place the gathering flags. I'm just going to place one, and then for lumber, I'm going to place a couple lumberjack flags. This will cause our beavers to kind of gain jobs. So like this will allow beavers to harvest wood in this area, which we do need to designate by telling them they can chop these trees and chop these trees. It's going to tell them they can chop these birch, though not really all that good of tree to chop. Then let's let them get to that. So the first couple builders you get are managed through here. So you can see we just put a couple more beavers onto building. And now let's get water set up. So water is pumped up with water pumps and put into water tanks. Let's put 3 water tanks there. We then need to click these and tell them they can do water. Let's also go here, build a large pile right here for lumber, and build a couple small warehouses there for blueberries. We can see builders are building these various sites. Our beavers are now getting employed at those sites. So once we start getting lumber in, they should start building some of this stuff. Which we will soon have to take this down, the number of people. Although I'm going to put this on low priority so that my beavers will work these other facilities before they become a builder. And along with that, I'm going to come over here, come out here, and I'm going to build. And want housing to be there. One of the important resources we will need to grab is science. Science early game is done through these inventor hunts. I'm just going to build 3 of them because we probably won't have enough beavers to man many. But now that we have the basics down, I'm going to increase it to 2 times speed. We'll eventually go up to 3. And let's see here. Let's also go and place down some starting housing. I'll eventually want to replace this with something better. In fact, I generally build one gigantic housing tower, but it's going to be a while till we can build that. But we need to get our population up, which that is a very good thing. And then we also need to very quickly get up the efficient farmhouse so we can start farming up crops. Which I'm going to place that there for now. Yeah, you can see our beavers working. Some are chopping trees, some are pumping water, some are building. So right now, up here, you can see we have 8 adult beavers and 4 children. We're kind of waiting for these children to grow up. A couple of them start pretty close to adulthood. It's like this one should be growing up in a couple of days, which will get us another worker, which is going to be really nice. While it's nighttime, let's go ahead and designate all this be planted with carrots. It is going to be a little bit till they have built this and we are, well, starting to produce and have enough workers to work this. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, we got water coming in, pumping water out of the river, which is nice. Now we're just waiting for more logs to come in and builders to build. It looks like we have a bit more choppers than builders can support right now. You are not doing anything because you are full, so I'm going to pause this gathering flight to free you up to be a builder. Same thing with you. Some of this early game you do have to micromanage some. Like this guy's not doing anything, so let's... Technically he can't be a builder, but still. I'll unpause him just to get him back to work. And builders should be taken from him soon. Okay, we got our first grown-up. Oh yeah, I forgot to designate this as lumber. Perfect. I will put my free beaver on this gathering flag. For these, I put workplace as the lowest, so my beavers will work every place before these. I will have to manipulate it to get a couple beavers working on these soon, because getting science is very important. But I don't think I need to do that yet, so I'm not going to. Okay, we can see it looks like a couple of our at least one of our workers isn't working because we saw him just standing there. So I'm going to decrease this so that one of these inventor huts get working so we can start getting some science, because we'll need science to unlock a lot of this buildable stuff. Like stairs are what you need to go up and down blocks. That is going to be very important. Platforms allow you to build over blocks. That's going to be very important. Floodgates, levees, etc. All these are going to be very important for our skit, so we do need to get some science going as soon as possible. But yeah, for this early game, it's kind of just a waiting game, waiting for your beavers get working, waiting for your beavers to grow up, build houses so that they can breed up more beavers. I may do a little jump cut here. It looks like one of them is not working. So we'll put a second one onto the inventor's hut. You don't have any, but at the same time, we're doing pretty good on the berries, so I'm not going to turn you on yet. Good, we're starting to get houses up and going, which is going to be nice. Okay, while we're waiting here, for future planning, I'm going to do this. That doesn't actually destroy the berries, it just drops the berries there. And I'm going to move this path out by 1. Because I want to put a structure here. And then I'm also going to move this lumberjack flag over next to the houses. The builders should get on that. Get on these. I'm going to increase the construction priority on both of these so that builders will work on them first. However, as you can see, we now have enough houses that we... Nope. We have just enough houses. So once we get these two built, our population should increase by 6, which is going to be very nice. I'm going to put hauling priority on those high so that they get cleared out. Looks like they got cleared out. Once these two get built again, we should see these 2 free beavers get employed again. There we go. Okay. Beavers are going very good right now. Getting berries going. Still have a decent amount of berries, so I'm not too worried about food yet. Getting some good invention points going. Finally got all the houses done. So this should be the next thing built. And then, so this farmhouse should pull these 3 beavers to come work it. And then once they are all planted, I plan to decrease or probably just pause this farmhouse while the crops are growing so that they can get it back onto the invention house. You can see we're getting a good amount of water. There we go. We can see this farmhouse pulled these 3 inventors out. They are now planting crops. Once the crops are planted, we'll move them back to inventing. That's kind of the early game. To give our builders stuff to do, because at this point they don't have anything to do, I'm going to tell them to start clearing out these baby trees. That way we can put some better trees in its place. So there are a number of different types of trees in this game that you can plant with a building we don't currently have access to called the Forester. These are pines, which is one of the worst in my opinion. There are certainly situations where they're good, but generally I stick with only one type, which is the oak trees, because they give you the highest yield per harvest and highest yield per day. So, yep, I marked up all of that, so our builders will start clearing that out. We can see a good amount of carrots being planted, which is yay. Clear, clear, clear. And one of the early things we want to get working on. Oh, it looks like one more person grew up there. Yeah, I'll go and increase that by 1 to get him back onto building. But one of the early things we want to do is dam up this river so that during droughts, we'll have water in this place. Just in this bend underneath this kind of underhang, unfortunately, because that's how water works in this game. However, that will still keep these crops irrigated, which, by the way, they are completely planted. So I'm going to pause them, which will force those 3 beavers onto the inventors. But it will keep these crops irrigated. We can run this pump under emergencies. So yeah, we can see they're working well. Which, by the way, builders can only work 10 blocks away from paths, which is why I'm kind of spreading this leg down so that builders can get to some of these lower baby trees. So yeah, I am currently considering whether I want my first unlock to be. Arguably a very good unlock is the Forester, which lets you plant trees, because I need to get lumber or planks for that. That's not a huge deal, though. I'll get that set up here. Don't really have the beavers for it is the problem. Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing thinking, guys. Yeah, okay. I think the next thing I want to get up is some plank production. So planks are made in lumber mills. And we can see in the top right, it requires 50 horsepower. And how to get horsepower? There are a number of different ways to get power. The best early one is the power wheel, which you will need a beaver to automatic or to run on this power wheel. But yeah, we can see our beaver's working on it. I'm going to pause that for the second because that's not built. I'm also going to come over here and build a large pile for planks so that we can start building up a stockpile. These buildings will take beavers from the inventor huts, which is not the best thing in the world, but unfortunately I don't have a good option. Okay, let's unpause this guy. And we can see that planks will start to be created here in a second. This beaver's not doing anything, so I'm going to pause him temporarily so that he can get on the inventors. Oh, we just had another beaver grow up, which is really nice. I'm also going to take one builder away, and I will unpause that guy so that he can continue to work. Let's extend this path. Like so. And now that we have a couple planks coming in, I am going to go and place down this forester. I think we can sacrifice one person to have them forcing at all times. To maximize the space he can cover, I'm going to put him here. Yes, I'd like to unlock him. Replant dead trees. Yes, please. So pretty much that says, just notice that. But if trees die due to lack of water or bad water, this will allow them to replant. So that is a setting you want to activate. We can see this berry guy. There's no berries real around here, so I'm going to pause that guy and unpause that guy to get him to start down here. See, they're putting logs in there. I don't quite have enough planks yet, but my beavers are working on it. Which is good. Probably the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build out here, and I'm going to unlock the wooden stairs and build a stair there. So that my beavers can get down into the water. This guy I will put on higher than normal workplace productivity because I want one person there at all times. Because it will take him a while to plant out all of these oak trees. Which, before I do that, I'm going to mark these berries for deconstruction as well. They take a really long time to regrow, and they don't give much food, so they are not good for food. So I'm going to tear them out, and I'm going to replace all of this with trees. Leave a little bit of space in case I want to put a water pump. But yeah. When that forester... Okay, yep, we can already see a beaver working on planting oak trees. These take a month to grow, but they do get you 8 logs, which, comparing them quickly to the other ones, birch take 9 days to grow, so that's about a third as long, and they only produce 1 each. So that is a bit over 2.5 times better than birch. Pines take 12 days and grow 2 logs. Chestnuts 24 and give you 4 logs. So yeah, oak is the best for lumber. It just takes a while to grow, which is why I like to get it down ASAP. So yeah, we're losing an inventor hunt to do that, which is an okay trade-off in my opinion. But now let's get this warehouse down because these carrots are going to be coming up soon. So getting a warehouse for carrots is a good thing. So we have someplace to put the carrots. And then one of the next things I want to get up is a hauling post. I'm going to go and place him here because that's a nice way tucked out of the way. And I'm just going to put one. Having one hauler helps a lot for moving stuff around the base because hauling poster, first of all, you have one beaver dedicated to hauling right now when we have none. So like this is filling up a lot. These berries are filling up. When these start producing carrots, the farmhouse is going to fill up rather quickly. So just having one hauler that can move that kind of stuff around and is dedicated to it is a very good thing. Additionally, they can carry 2 items compared to a regular beaver's only being able to carry 1. So getting one beaver down and hauling early is a pretty good thing. We can see oak being planted quite well. Let's prune back some of these trees. These baby trees that grew since last time I marked them. That bush. And then we saw that birch trees only give 1, so I'm going to mark all of these for deletion. That will keep my builders occupied for a darn long time. Okay, and we also have enough science points for the stairs, so I'm going to do that. And one of the... And I'm also going to knock down these blockages. So let's do that and do a higher priority on these. Oh, nice. We got carrots up. I'm going to... I'm only going to do 2 here because I need to have 1 builder going. I'm also going to increase the priority on that. I'm also going to decrease that priority. You can see this is our hauler because he's wearing a little backpack as well. So let's go 3 times speed for a little bit, just because we're kind of waiting for stuff to happen. Which I'm a little bit surprised the first route has not happened yet. But you can see wooden stair has been made. He's clearing out this blockage, which will move water here and give us some more green space over here. I'm not going to build anything permanent over here because of the standpoint that I'm planning to put a dam that starts here and goes over here and along here. Doing that will fill up this level with water, which will turn all of this area into green space, which will be very nice. Okay, looks like my happiness went up a little bit because people are starting to eat carrots, which is nice. And once we get a good amount of carrots coming in, I'm going to build some more housing so that we can start increasing our production even more. I don't like the position of this lumberjack flag anymore, so I'm going to put him over here. Okay. I'm going to let them build up planks for a bit more, because, among other things, we're going to want planks to put floodgates. So down over here, eventually, once we get enough science, which I believe we need 150 science, yep, for the regular floodgates, we're going to put floodgates here. I believe that is 9 wide, so we will need a total of 45 planks, which is why I'm letting them continue. Once we get around to like 50, maybe 60 planks, I'm going to shut these off so that we can get these builders back. But for now, we kind of need those builders. Oh, that's poorly placed. Let's build that out a little bit. Just due to how the buildings were blocking movement, he wasn't able to access these. Let's do that. Let's increase that construction. Okay, as you can see, we currently don't have a hauler. I think that's okay. I think I'd rather drop down to 1 builder because builders are just clearing out these baby trees right now. So having 1 hauler going around, I think, would be better. Let's mark some of those. Okay, and then I'm also going to start building a little path out this way so that we can get up and get these oak trees. Because this is going to be a good amount of wood while we're waiting on these oak trees to grow. So I'm going to place stair, stair, stair. Do you. And I'm not going to put a lumberjack up there quite yet. So I don't know if you guys are doing much. So I'm going to go and pause one of you to give us an extra person over here. Ooh, it looks like we got 2, which means we probably got a couple grow ups, which is nice. I'm going to move one of you over to the farmhouse. Because you can see right now, the carrots they first harvested are almost ready to come up again, so we need to have a 3rd person here for the actual harvesting. Okay, we can see this road's almost done. What are you? Oh, yeah. You're harvesting these pine trees. I'm okay with that. When you start harvesting these birch trees, I'll probably have you stop because they only give 1 log per, and I can move you up here. That's the plan. So let's go ahead and place the lumberjack flag up here. Additionally, this guy's almost done harvesting this oak up here. Looks like he just has like 2 or 3 more trees. And since our carrots are now coming in pretty well, firstly, something I like to do for space efficiency is to put the farmhouse on top of the storage. You can see instead of taking up 12 blocks of space, this only takes up 7 to do this. So I'm going to do that. Honestly, that's taking up a lot of builders. I will deconstruct this once they're done with that because I believe there's a couple growable spaces under here, which will be nice. But now that we are having carrots come in pretty well, I am going to have them expand my housing. Just with these basic lodges for now. The higher level ones, I believe, are more space efficient, but we don't have any reason, or we don't really have the free science to unlock them. Which, actually, we are getting kind of long on time. However, we can see that our first drought is approaching. Considering we're past 30 minutes on the record time right now, I think I'm going to call the first episode here. And we will start next episode with a drought. And probably our first priority is going to be building this dam right here. Yeah. So that's going to happen next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. Please leave any comments in the comment section. Or please like and subscribe. Without further ado, thanks everyone for watching. See you guys next time.